Hey, this is Southern Prepper 1. What you're looking at is a Walther P22. It's a 22 pistol that shoots a 22 long rifle cartridge. As you can see, this one has a slight problem. This was fired on Saturday, and it's always nice to have a backup weapon if you go out shooting or if you're in a self-defense situation, because you never know when you're going to need one. Now, granted, this 22 is probably not your top pick for a self-defense weapon, but it might be in your bug-out bag. This one had a catastrophic failure. Let me show it to you. That slide looks pretty normal to you. Let me show you what happened. It actually blew apart. When it was being fired on Saturday, the slide came back, and this broke from it, and this sent this into the person's face. Luckily, no one was hurt, and that's another reason to wear safety glasses. But somebody could have got hurt. I mean, this just weighs a little bit. Could have hit you in the eye. Could have hit you in the tooth, in the front teeth, and damaged the tooth. Luckily, no one was injured. But that is why it's very important that remember, as preppers, 2 is 1 and 1 is none, and have a backup, and pretty much uniformity. Let's say you have a prepper group, and you've picked this 22 as your backup 22 weapon. If you have 5 or 6 people that have them in your group, and you do have a catastrophic failure when you cannot use the supply chain and get a new one or get a warranted part, at least you'd have all this right here as spare parts. But if no one else has this 22 and you all have different 22s, then really it's going to be hard to cannibalize this and use it on other weapons. So that's another reason to go with a uniform weapon system. But as you can clearly see, it broke. My brother did call the company, and they did tell him at first that the gun was over a year old. He owns 3 of these weapons, but he hasn't been shot much at all. So they were a little hesitant, and then, he sort of had to get, not ugly with them, but, he said, there's definitely something wrong with your weapon. And they said, okay, we'll send you out a brand new slide. They also, I guess, redesigned the slide. So I don't know if they knew that this was a problem or it's happened to other people. But he's going to get a new slide, so he can just slap it on his pistol frame and be ready to go. But be careful when you're out there shooting. And also think, what would happen if this was a long-term crisis or emergency or a war situation and your main weapon broke? I mean, you can see that's a catastrophic failure of this part. So just something to think about. Thanks for watching.